Today is a very auspicious day to have a repetitions of the planetary and also zodiac signs interpretations, how better we can make it out. Before to going far, I was trying to speak about the Vimshottari Dasas. In fact, the Vimshottari is 120 years of the time. But whereas when we see from the Ramayana speaks Dasharatha and Rama has ruled thousands of the years. For example, after returning to the Ayodhya from the Lanka, Rama ruled 11,000 years. How come this 11,000 years is ruled? Now, Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years is the Kali Yuga Pramana. The Yuga Pramana is when we come across the Yuga, word itself is going to make out a difference of the understanding in a different areas. The Varsha at present 365 days year, which we are today calculating, previously based on the lunar years, it is being calculated 360 days. The 360 days, when we calculate, there is a one more new word has come out in the astrology, Panchavarshatmaka Yuga. The Panchavarshatmaka Yuga means it is 5 years, which is going to be total together 60 months are the lunar months. 2.5 years we are going to get one Adhika Masa, one Sunya Masa. Thereby, the 60 months clubbed together and said as a Panchavarshatmaka Yuga. The Pancha Varshatmaka Yuga is being said as somebody by the Yuga itself. But when we see this Vara, the week 7 days are going to be there, come across, and it is repeatedly coming out. Varam Varam, Punah Punaha. When Varam Varam, Punah Punaha, it is coming out, this is Varam is going to be referred with Varsham. 7 days of the unit is also called as Varsham sometimes. But this 11,000 years, if at all we are calculating according to the weeks also, it is going to be enormous. Probably it could be. But if at all we are speaking of the day, Vara, these also is repeatedly coming as a Varsham. If suppose 11,000 years, thinking that one day as one Varsham, 11,000 divided by 360 days, it is going to come around 30.5 years. If at all we are calculating even multiplication of the, say, 7 days also, into 7 when we are going to make 213 years. That means this is going to be appropriate because in Mahabharata, Kuruvruddha Bhishma was said as 160 years of the age at the time of the war. The Bhima was at the 80 years of the age. This was lunar years, 360 days years. At the time of the Mahabharata, we can expect approximately people were living for the 200 years. Whereas in the Ramayana Kala, 250 years, 300 years also. So the even 1 week to calculate as 213 years of span, of course, he spent outside some of the years. That means 250, 260 years of the age for the Rama is not a big thing. But we can understand the longevity in Ayurveda said as 120 years. Vimshottaram. The Vimshottari Dasha is there with us already. This Vimshottari Dasha, which is of the Parashara system, it is going to be get discussed in the future. Before to that, I want to give a summarization of the different rasis. These rasis, how to understand what are the different technical terminologies which we come across about the rasis. Now, the 360 degrees of the zodiac cycle is being divided into 12 rasis.
Yeah.
These 12 rasis are going to be made out as the Mesha, Vrushabha, Mithuna, Karkata, Simha, Kanya, till to that of the main rasis, 12 signs. These 12 signs, when we are looking, these 12 signs are with different technical terminologies and rulerships. Taking the sun in the center and moon in the center of the Karkata is ruled by the Chandra, Simha by the Surya. The Surya and Chandra both are having besides the Buddha. The Buddha is said to be the ruling the Midhuna and Kanya. Like the same Sukra ruling the Rishabha and the Tula, and Kuja is ruling the Mesha and Vrishchika. Guru is ruling the Dhanu and Meena, and Shani is ruling the Makara and Kumbha. Now, this entire, when we are looking, each and every rulerships, we have to go with some of the sets of the specific technical terminologies. The first one is the Vojo Rasi and Yugma Rasi or the Samarasi. The Base Rasi or the Vojo Rasi is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. That is Mesha, Midhuna, Simha, Tula, Dhanu, Kumbha. These are said to be the base rasis or the Vojo rasis, which are said as a Purusha rasis. The Sama rasis or the Yugma rasis are said to be the Rishabha, Karkata, Kanya, Vrushchika, Makara and Meena. These rasis are three rasis. How to interpret or understand this Purusha rasi, Vojo rasi, Sama rasi, or otherwise the Vojo rasi as a Purusha rasi, Yugma rasi as a Stri rasi. Now say for example, a person is going to be having some lagna where the Panchamasthana is going to become the Purusha rasi. He is going to be blessed with a children or child of the Purusha at the first. And whereas, yes, if it is going to become the Stri rasi, he is going to be blessed with a daughter initially. The second is even the lagna. When the lagna is going to become a Purusha rasi, it is going to be like Narashanda, Narishanda, which we are going to say, a person a male with a delicacy of the feminine or a female with a masculinity is going to be get observed according to the lagna. This is the first set, Vojo Rasi and Yugma Rasi. The Vojo Rasi is the Purusha Rasi, Yugma Rasi is said to be the Stri Rasi. The second set is the Chara, Sthira, Dvisvabhava. This already we have come across, but the Chara Rasis are said to be the first one. That is Mesha, Karkata, Tula and Makara are four Rasis said to be the Chara Rasis, movable signs. Sthira Rasis are fixed signs. This is Rishabha, Simha, Vrushchika and Kumbha. These four are said to be the fixed. The Dvisvabhava or dualistic in role is said to be the rest of the four, Midhuna, Kanya, Dhanu and Meena. Now, how to interpret? If suppose a person who is going to have the Chara Rasi, Vata this is what we are going to speak in the Ayurveda. A person who is going to be of the Chara Rasi, he is going to be a Vata in character. This is the first one. He is going to be movable more and more and more. If it is going to become the 10th house, for example, Udyoga or the job, potentiality. When we see this job, a person who is going to have a Chara Rasi for the 10th house, he is going to be on move, and he is going to move always, all the time. He is movable in job. A fixed, if it is going to have Sthira Rasi, Dasamasthana. Dasamasthana Sthira Rasi is a Sthira Udyoga. He is going to sit at one place only. He doesn't move much. This is the one thing. The second thing is of individual nature also could be made out. A fixed nature person is going to be of the kapha in most of the time. That is, nature of the kapha of the lagna, by lagna we can make out, and the Chara Rasi, Sthira Rasi, even for the job also we can predict. Like the same, even the role of the individual, if it becomes the Mano Sthana, Manosthana is the Chandra Sthana, otherwise the Rasi. If the Chandra is of the Sthira Rasi, the mind is fixed. Body, movable, probably. It could be of the both movable, both could be fixed according to the Rasi and the Chandra Rasi and Lagna. This Dvisvabhava is dualistic in first half. Say, if it is of the Midhuna, first half is going to be get attached towards the Sthira Rasi. That first half is going to be Sthira, the second half is going to be the Chara. Most of the time, all the three things are going to be, the first half is going to be Chara, and the second half is going to be Sthira, and Chara is going to be making out. Sometimes they are dualistic also. Both, sometimes they behave in a Chara way, sometimes they behave in Sthira way. This is the second set of the configurations or the nomenclature which we have to concern with the Rasis. Third is the Jati. Already we come across the Jatis also. Kshatriya, Sudra, Vaisya, Brahmana. The four varieties of the Rasis are going to be there. Out of that, the first one, the Brahmana Rasis are the Karkata, Vrishchika, Meena. Vaishya Rasis, Midhuna, Tula, Kumbha. Sudra Rasis, Rishabha, Kanya, Makara. Kshatri Rasis, Mesha, Simha, Dhanu. Here, what this Rasi are the Jati. The Jati means it is a work tendencies. The Kshatriya is of the more Rajoguna Pradhana, and he is going to be of the fighting in nature. Suppose the soldiers, police, or where the protective forces are going to be there, all these are going to be the guards, are going to be with this Kshatriya. And Sudra Rasis are said to be the skilled worker. A person who is skilled to work properly is said as the Sudra. Sudra is not a disgusting word or it is a bad word. Sudra means the worker. The Indra was said as a Sudra, referred as a Sudra. And Indra was referred as a Rakshasa also. Who is going to protect? Rakshakas are said as the Rakshasas. Initially, when the Brahma has generated the many of the things, some of the people said, we are going to protect this earth and this entire people. These people protectors are being Rakshasas. Thereby, Indra also said as a Rakshasa. Indra also Sudra. He is a worker also. The third category is a Vaishya. He is a trader, barter system or trading system. The profit and losses, which is beneficial, non-beneficial, is going to be get made out. This fourth Rasi, Brahmana, is an intellectual. Nowadays, irrespective of the whatever the prefixes and suffixes are there in the society, forget about it. Whoever intellectually fit are the Brahmana. In the Smritis also, Janmatah Jayate Sudraha Karmatah Brahmana is said. By birth, all are Sudras. All are equal. Only because of the karma. What is that karma? What sort of the intellectuality you have attained because of the study? Thereby you are going to become Brahmana. Now there are so many references of the Vishwamitra become Brahmarshi, Brahmana. That means the Brahmana is only a categorization of the intellectuality, but it is not just by birth right of anybody. Now this is the third set. Now how to understand or interpretation? If the Lagna is going to have the Brahmana Rasi, the person is going to be intellectual. If the Lagna is going to be of trader, Vaishya, he is going to think of always profit and losses. A person of the Sudras, which is going to be of the Rishabha, Kanya, Makaras, he is going to be always working. And Kshatriyas, he is fighter in nature. Like that we have to interpret. The next is said to be colors, Rasi and color. How to interpret these colors? There are four colors basically being said. Now, even in the printing press also we are going to RGB, three colors only. RGB, red, blue and green. But whereas there are other categories of the printings also has been developed right now. The same way, here the basic color is red, white, black, yellow. Red, white, black, yellow. These are being brought with the reference to that of the Rajas, Tamas, Sattva and mixed in nature. Red is Rajas, white is Sattva, black is Tama, yellow is mixed in nature. Now the Mesha, Simha, Dhanu are said to be the red in nature, that is Rajoguna. Rishabha, Karkata, Tula are white, Sattva. Midhuna, Kanya, Makara, they are of the black, that is Tamo. Vrishchika, Kumbha, Meena are mixed in nature. How this guna or the Sattva, Rajo, Tamo gunas are being reflective, that we can understand with this one. Now, Dik. There are four Dik: East, West, north and south. These are the very standard. We are not going to consider the corners. The corners are for the Vastu, but not for the Jyotisha. Here, we calculate sometimes even expansion is going to be there with. Yes, east is going to be Mesha, Simha, and Dhanu. South is Rishabha, Kanya, Makara. West is Midhuna, Tula, Kumbha. North is Karkata, Vrishchika, Meena. These are the dik. What and how we have to understand this dik? The people are going to ask in the horaries commonly, the which way or which side if I go, I am going to be get profitable. If the 10th house is for the job, he is going for the job. If the 10th house is going to become the Simha, then you say you go for the Simha side, that is east side. Your job is going to be there on the east side. And of course, there is some little expanded calculations also being made for the dik. East for the Mesha, south for the Rishabha, west Midhuna, and north Karkata. Now there are other Agneya, Nairuti, Vayuvya, and Ishanya also. If at all we are calculating in that way, Agneya is Simha and Dhanu. Nairuti is Kanya and Makara. Vayuvya is Tula and Kumbha. Ishanya is Vrishchika and Meena. These rasis, they were explained at the later course. Basically, this rising dik, Prushtodaya or the Sirshodaya. This Udaya, which is going to be there, are towards which area it is going to be facing. Based upon that, this dik has been decided. Now, the next category is Sajala Nirjala Rasi. Whether it is a watery sign or no watery sign. Here, there is a fourfold classification has been brought. Purna Jala, Ardha Jala, Pada Jala, 1/4, Nirjala. That means how and where we have to use. Suppose I just give a small example of my personal experience. One of my friend, he dig 300 feet where the person has said there is a plenty of the water. But he started in a lagna of the Nirjala lagna. That is, Nirjala lagnas are the Kanya, Midhuna, Simha lagnas. If a person is going to start digging, he never should do Kanya, Midhuna, Simha lagnas. He came to me. He asked me what I have to do. I have spent lots of the money. Do you have faith on me? He said, yes, sir. That is the reason I came. I said, Purna Jala Rasis are the Karkata, Makara, Meena. Karkata, Makara, Meena are Purna Jala Rasis. Wherever you feel convenient, you dig a hole in the particular lagna. Karkata lagna, Makara lagna, Meena lagna. He started digging. The spot where it's a small flat of the 300 square yards or something. He took another corner which is convenient and he started digging. The difference for the first and second is only 10 feet. After digging 110 feet, he got full water, 1 inch water. Why the first hole, 300 feet, no water? Why 110 feet got the full water, 1 inch water? 1 inch water means surplus for a family. This is the Purna Jala. If the same thing is going to be Ardha Jala Rasis, this is Rishabha, Dhanu, Kumbha, and Pada Jala Rasis are the Mesha, Tula, Vrishchika. Now, there is one more aspect of this Purna Jala, Nirjala. If the second house, we are going to speak as a Dhanam and also Kutumbam. If a Nirjala Rasi becomes the second house, Suppose Kanya Midhuna Simha, a person who born in the Karkata Lagna, Simha Rasi is going to become a Nirjala Rasi. When the Ardha Rasi or the monetary benefit or the Kutumba is a Simha for the Karkata Lagna person, that person is not able to enjoy the money benefits or monetary benefits. If the same thing is going to be there with Midhuna Rasi person is there, Midhuna Lagna person is there, and the second Rasi is a Purna Jala Rasi Karkata, he is going to have the plenty of the money in the hand. There the planet influences are going to be there with once again. Where the Rasi Lord is sitting is one aspect, and what planets are sitting in the second Rasi also is the second aspect. But we have to give Purna Phala, Ardha Phala, Pada Phala, Nishphala. We can understand this Sajala Nirjaladi Rasis with respect to that of interpretation. Now, if suppose Panchamadipati, Panchamasthana is the Nirjala Sthana. Panchamadipati become the Panchamasthana become Kanya, Midhuna, Simha. This person, most of the, this is one of the most important factor to understand or to observe. How many infertility people, infertile couples are falling the Panchamasthana with the Nirjala Rasis, Kanya, Midhuna, Simha. This we calculate and we see we can have a retrospective aspect of the thing also. In spite of doing many of the efforts, even though sometimes the both couple are normal, they are going to have the infertility. Then Rasi Tattva is the one more aspect. There are the Agni Tattvam, Bhutattvam, Vayu Tattvam, Jala Tattvam. Akasha Tattva is not being mentioned here. Out of the Pancha Mahabhuta, 4 Mahabhutas are most important. These 4 Mahabhutas, when we are getting, the first one is the Agni Tattva Rasi. The Agni Tattva Rasi, Mesha, Simha, Dhanu are said to be the Agni Tattva Rasis. These people, those who born in Agni Tattva Rasis are going to have the Pitta in nature. It could be of the Chandra, then arrogancy. That is Rasi if it is going to become the arrogancy. If it is going to become the Lagna, Pitta by physique. Bhutattva Rasis. Bhutattva Rasis are the Rishabha, Kanya and Makara. Vrishabha, Kanya, Makara are the Bhutattva Rasis. Bhu Rasi, Bhu is said to be strength and fixity, gravity. There is said to be the people, those who are become physically strong enough, kapha in nature, and they eat much also. And Vayu Tattva Rasis are said to be the Midhuna, Tula, Kumbha. The Midhuna, Tula, Kumbhas, Vayu Tattva Rasis, this is Vata in nature. As we come across, Vata predominance, a lean personalities are going to be there with when it is Lagna. If it is of the Chandra Rasis, then they are going to have the Chalamanasa. Now the fourth one is the Jala. The Jala Tattva Rasis is the Karkata, Vrushchika and Meena. Either the Lagna as the Karkata, Vrushchika, Meena, and or the Chandra Rasi, Karkata, Vrushchika, Meena, if it is going to become, here the Jala Tattva Rasis are always floating, movable. They do not have a fixed ideologies. They are going to show lots of the enthusiasm. They say everything is going to be done by me, but they may not be able to do anything even because they do not have any fixity. This is the nature of what we have to understand with reference to the Rasi Tattvas, either the Vayu Tattva, Akasha Tattva, or the Jala Tattva, and so on. Agni Tattva, Pitta, Bhutattva, Kapha, and Vayu Tattva is Vata, and Jala Tattva is mixed in nature. Now there is one more classification or the terminologies as Chatushpada and Bahupada, Dvipada. Dvipada, Chatushpada. Here you see, Dvipadas are said to be the Nara Rasis here. Dvipadas or Nararasis are the Midhuna, Kanya and Tula. Chatushpadas are the Mesha, Rishabha, Simha, Dhanu, first part, and the Makara, hind part, is said to be the Chatushpada. Whereas Bahupada are the Apada, without any legs. Bahupadas are the Karkata, Vrishchika, Dhanu, Purvardha, and Makara, Uttarardha. These are the Bahupadas. And whereas Apada are the Nishpada, are the no legs at all, is the Kumbha and Mena. Now, this is with reference to that of the some of the other technical terminologies, technical interests are there, but in general, when we are going to have this Pashavika Pravrutti, Nara Pravrutti, Nishpravrutti, like that we have Jantu Pravrutti. Chatushpadas are going to be have the Jantu Pravrutti. And Dvipadas are going to have the Nara Pravrutti. Bahupadas are going to have the Kita Pravrutti. Apadas are no Pravrutti at all. This way we can understand how these people are going to reactive or reflective in nature. Whether they react like a human or like a Jantu Pravrutti. The next is some more are there. Shabdam. Even the sound also being referred with that of the things. This sound, why I am bringing this particular term, the Purna Shabdam, Ardha Shabdam, Shabdahinam. Shabdahinam, Karkata, Vrishchika, Makara, Meenas. And Purna Shabda, Tula and Dhanu, Ardha Shabda, Kanya and Kumbha. When we have these Shabdas, more hyper resonancic, Mesha, Vrushabha, Mithuna, Simhas are hyper resonancic. This I am considering when we are looking at the deaf people in medical astrology. When we have this Asabda, when the Srotrendriya according to the Drekana distribution, when Sabda Rahita, that is Asabda, Karkata, Vrishchika, Makara, Meenas are going to become the Srotrendriya, those people are going to become deaf. The hypertonic resonances or the Purna Shabda, Ardha Shabda people, they are able to hear, but the hyper-resonantic people are going to develop a tinnitus in the air as a disease in the future. So, what sort of the precautions we have to take? This is also one of the most important retrospective study to make out whether the Karkata, Vrishchika, Makara, Simhas are going to become in the Drekana as the right ear, left ear of the individual, which is going to be Asabda of the Rasis. Andha the Samjha. Like the deaf, there is another Sanya is Andha. Here when we are speaking the Drekana distribution, we speak the right eye, left eye also. When we speak this right eye and left eye, the Andha is going to be the Mesha, Simha, Dhanu. Three are the Andhas. Badhiras once again, Rishabha, Kanya, Makara. Muka is the Midhuna, Tula, Kumbha. Pangu is Karkata, Vrishchika, Mena. See, there is specifically Andha Sanya, Badhira Sanya, Muka Sanya, Pangu Sanya. Pangu is lame, polio. Whether the polio people are going to have this Karkata, Vrishchika, Mena with the limbs, the Muka, the mouth or the Shabdam, the same, this Andha the Sanyas, which we come across with the difference of the Rasis are to be observed for the whether the child is going to be becoming in future either the deaf, lame, etc. or so on. Is there any sort of the stammering for the child is going to be there? That also could be seen from this Rasis only. We have the Hrasva, Dirgha and Madhyama Rasis. This is the length of the Rasi which is spread in 360 degrees of the zodiac. Hrasva Rasis or shorter Rasis are the Mesha, Vrushabha, Kumbha and Meena. Dirgha Rasis are the Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrushchika, Dhanu. They are more than 2.5 hours. 2 hours is the minimum. 1 hour 40 minutes, 1.5, 1 hour 37 minutes, etc. is going to be the Hrasva Rasis. 2 hours 15 minutes, 2 hours 20 minutes is going to be the Dirgha Rasis. And Samarasi, Madhyama Rasi is going to be approximately of the 2 hours. Midhuna, Karkata, Makara are the Samarasis. So we can understand with this the length of the period each and every Rasi which is going to undertake or make its length or span with reference to it. Now, already we have referred with the Santana in the previous, but directly also we can have a Santana Sanya also. If suppose Mesha is going to be there, Mesha, Karkata, Simha, Kanya, Vrushchika, Meena, the 6 Rasis are with Alpa Santana. They have 1 or 2 children. Now it is because of the government policy we are having 1 or 2. But whereas Samasantana is equal, that is 2 children, is Rishabha, Dhanu, Makara, Kumbha, 2, 4, 6, like this it is going to be. Ati Santana, 9, 10 people, this is a Midhuna and Tula. So, based upon this Santana, Nissantana, we already come across, based upon the different character of the Rasis. And Alpasantana, Nissantana, if it becomes once again one and the same thing, then it is going to be very difficult for the infertility people. Now the Prakritis. Even the Prakriti we are estimating other way, directly Prakriti is also told in Jyotisha. Pitta Prakriti is the Mesha, Simha, Dhanu. Vata Prakriti is for the Rishabha, Midhuna, Kanya, Tula, Makara. Kapha Prakriti is a Karkata, Vrushchika, Kumbha, Meenas. The Lagna to be interpreted for the Deha, Chandra is to be interpreted for the Manaha. Here the Mano Prakriti also could be of the Vata, Sharira Prakriti also could be of the Vata. Both are two in different way also. Ushta Sita the Sanyas also being said here. If the person body is going to be warm or cold or normal, that also could be made. It is based upon the Lagna. Here the Ushna, the people those who are going to sweat more and more, Pitta Prakriti people usually, but even though they are not Pitta Prakriti people, they sweat much also because of the body temperatures. Mesha, Midhuna, Simha, Tula, Dhanu, Kumbha are said to be the of the Ushna Rasis, and Karkata, Vrushchika, Meena are said to be the of the Shitala Rasis. Whereas the Rishabha, Kanya, Makara are said to be the Samarasis, Samasitala Rasis. So the body temperature also could be estimated based upon these things. These things also could be used at the horary or the prashna also. If the person who has asked at the time of asking, if the Lagna Rasi is going to be the Mesha Rasi, you can say the person is with the pyrexial in origination and he is having the hyperthermic body. That hyperthermic body has to be brought to the normal. That we have to make it out. There is a, based upon the Udaya, how they are rising. Prushtodaya, Sirshodaya, Ubhayodaya. The Mesha, Vrushabha, Karkata, Dhanu, Makara Rasis are the Prushtodaya. They rise from the back. Whereas Midhuna, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrushchika, Kumbha are said to be the rising from the Sirshodaya. Ubhayodaya is the Meena. Now, how and where we should have this sort of the utility of this Prushta and Sirsha, especially at the time of the delivery of a baby. Here, when we are looking at the delivery of the baby, usually the people are going to ask the horaries, whether boy or child, whether it is going to be a normal delivery or abnormal delivery. At the time, if it is of the Prushtodaya Rasi, if it is Mesha Rasi, it became Mesha Lagna. You can just say there is a breach presentation, thereby a bit difficulty in nature. If this particular Lagna is going to be aspected by the Kuja, then it is a caesarean. Kuja is having the 3 drishtis, not only Saptama Drishti, but Chaturdha Drishti and Ashtama Drishti also. Chaturtha Ashtama Drushti or the Saptama Drushti, when it is going to be there on the Lagna of the Kuja, Kuja is always for the surgery and it is referred to the cesarean sections. Maybe it is a Prushtodaya or Seshodaya. Now next comes Diva Ratri Bala. We have come across the Diva Bala and the Ratri Bala. Diva Bala, Ratri Bala, a person who born in the Diva Bala, Ratri Bala, we have come across. Ratri Bala Rasis, Mesha, Vrushabha, Mithuna, Karkata, Dhanu, Makaras. And whereas Diva Bala Rasis are the Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrushchika, Kumbha and Mena Rasis. So, here we have to understand with last one more thing is the Sattvadi Guna. When we see the Sattvadi Gunas, Sattva Guna Rasis are the Karkata, Simha, Dhanu, Meena. Rajoguna Rasis are the Mesha, Vrushabha, Tula, Vrushchika. And Tamoguna Rasis are the Midhuna, Kanya, Makara, Kumbhas. Thereby, we can understand these Rasis, how they are going to be distributed with different sanyas. Thereby, we can make out, whenever we are making in any interpretation, we can make this sort of the interpretation with reference to that of the Rasis which we are going to have. See, this Varsha, the year when we come across the Varshas were there. What is the importance of this Varshas with reference to that of the 60? How the 60 has come out? The calculation, the 12. We are calculating 12 and 60. Say, it is somebody was speaking. Whenever we started calculating, initially we started calculating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a decimal system. If it all from the decimal system, this has come later. But before to that only, we have this count of the 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 60 years, and so on. And 12 years is said as a Pushkara, 5 Pushkaras is the one total rotation of the Shashyadi Samvatsras. Now, how Pushkaras are going to be there? Pushkara is being said or decided based upon the Bruhaspati Chara or movement of the Guru Graha. Guru Graha, approximately 1 year, it is going to be in one Rasi. 12 Rasis, 12 years it is going to take. The calculation has come out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1 is completed. Same 12 once again completed second. Same 12 rotation completed third. Same 12 rotation completed fourth. Same 12 rotation completed 5. The total 5 times of the 12 is the 60 rasis, which is going to be counted on the fingers. This interpretation of the using our different informations together, how we have to interpret individual sign or the Rasi, the Meshadi Rasis for the Bhavas, the Lagno, from the Lagnodaya, which we calculate the 12 Bhavas, the Lagna, Kutumba, and so on, up to till Vyaya Bhava or the 12th Bhava. The interpretation of the planet's position, planet's aspect, and where the Rasi Lord is staying and with whom it is being united or Yuti, or whom is aspecting the Rasi Lord is based upon that we have to give the interpretation. So the next class we are going to speak about the Vimshottari Dashas. Here I stop.